the last two times my camera has been just extremely bad on lighting and color. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. And I tried to fix it. When I tried to fix it, everything turned out like blue and orange. So I'm doing an experiment. I'm trying to see if I don't use the app that I have that will cut, and edit. If I don't use that app and I just do a raw video without editing, I'm going to see if it's the app or if it's my camera. So the app used to be fine, so I don't know, maybe it's not fine now. So we get that out of the way, hopefully actually start talking about some more interesting stuff I was talking about earlier. How my eyes see things, and not nearly as blue as what I was trying to do in the other video. It's just, I'd say, if this turns out to be, if the video saves and it saves it the way that it's looking right now in live, it appears, just in my eyes, it appears just slightly more green, and these little highlights that you see where it's got direct light on it, it's a lot more flashy and glary. There's a big glare on it in bright daylight, but at night or at dusk I can actually see a little better, and a lot of those glares go away and you can't really see anything on the camera, at least not in live. When I walk up to this, for example, I see a lot more green than the camera sees, and those little, that right there, that different kind of moss, to me it almost looks blue or a bluish green, and the camera wants to make that a light green and the moss, a yellow green. But really what I see is a lot more green here and a lot more blue there. That right there, especially right where my fingertip is, that the camera, makes that just totally green. But I can see legit blue, like it is totally this one, and this one especially, the way the light is hitting it in my eyes, I can see, real blue, a light color blue. Now right there's a little bit of green where there's a new bud, but all these older buds, I can see green that the camera doesn't pick up. And what I've noticed over the last few years is that the presets, even for the camera without doing any kind of editing, the presets, which by the way, I didn't have any presets when the editing was making it all yellow, but some kind of like, I didn't change anything, but something you cannot change, something that's predetermined. Why does it have those presets? If it's not the way that humans see it, why, it's even in the raw form without editing, why are the presets making everything look more yellow and warm than they actually are in real life? It makes me think the way that I'm seeing things, and this one's actually quite accurate in live. This is a brilliant green, and it's showing a brilliant green. So it kind of confuses me a bit because, sometimes it leans more towards real, what I see, and other times, like that over there again. This, it wants to say is green, but I see it like a bluish green, And so it just makes me wonder, how much is it that humans just like those warm colors, which I hate, by the way, and how much is it that they really don't see it the way that I see it? They see it a different color, and I haven't figured that out. I do know one thing for sure, as far as exposure and how much brightness I'm very, very sensitive to brightness, and like I said, I can see better at night with even just a crescent moon than I can, you know, in bright, piercingly bright sunlight. I can never look up directly up unless there is shade and you know, where I'm looking up. If I went out in the middle of that field and looked up, I'd be totally blinded. I see humans, they just stare at the clouds and just keep staring, and like I would see just a flash of, I wouldn't really see that, I would see a flash of bright light, but really not much else. There's just an overexposure is what I end up seeing, you know. I'm thinking to myself, I at least know that I see things a lot brighter than what other people see. And I know that I can see in the dark, literally can see in the dark, and other people are falling on their ass, and I can see just fine. So I'm just wondering if the color is different in my eyes as well. Like this, for example, you know, this is what I would prefer. I'd prefer it to be that dark, you know, but that's, you know, the truth of it. And I can't replicate this exactly, but I'm going to show you with my eyes. See it? That's kind of what I'm looking at when I see it in the daylight. That's kind of, minus all the yellow, that's kind of normal, and that's what I prefer, you know. So something's different, even without, you know, the aspect of color. I've already proven that the amount of light that I see is a lot more than other people, and that makes sense. You think about wolves and even goats, yeah, they can see in the dark. Now, if there's absolutely pitch black, no moon, no clouds to reflect, you know, anything, any light, and no stars, then I'd have to get really, really close to something like this to see it. I'd have to be almost at my face to see it, but I could still see it. Oh, that's a raven. Did you hear them? There's two ravens. Oh, did it pick it up? Hello. I don't know. I'm so excited. If I see them again or hear them again, they bring me a message of changing of time. There they go again. They say be prepared. So the sense, the shift that I've been feeling. Oh, you hear that? I can hear them. I can still hear in the distance. I don't know if it's picking it up on the phone. That's another thing. It's like my phone doesn't hear everything I hear. That shift in energy has gotten more and more intense with the coming days. That means that barricade between me and my enemies is finally getting a lot stronger. Essentially, they are getting a lot weaker. I don't have time to go in depth. I went in depth in some of the other vlogs if you want to know more about that. But basically, my family has tried to kill me many times. They severely abused me as a child. They're still trying to hurt me on a daily basis. They belong to some kind of, I wish I knew exactly which one, but they've always made it very hidden to me. They belong to some kind of Odin Abrahamic religious cult. When I was born different. They saw it, they realized it, and they immediately dubbed me as a devil child. And ever since, they've been trying to get rid of me. Now there's an old pagan belief, and there's different spins on this belief, so please don't get stuck in the details if you've heard of it before, because some of those details are false. But in general, it's just that a spirit in the realm of the dead can actually either spare or end somebody in the realm of the living slash aka the physical realm. And that is why I'm here today, because they spared me several times. When I should have died, I didn't. That actually goes back to something when I was first assigned this life. You know, we talk about past life regressions a lot. Well, in a past life regression, I actually saw an in-between. I saw the moment that I got assigned the life I'm living right now, which is very rare to see, but I did. I remembered it through that past life regression. So basically, I was told what I needed to do, and I was told what I would face, and I was given options, different lives. And I said, no, I don't want a life, many different lives to live this threefold. That I had a past life where I did something, and anyway, so I needed a threefold. And I said, no, I can't just have life after life after life being completely worthless. I need to make things right. I need to make up for it. You know, I'm a warrior, I'm a fighter. You use what I have the ability to do. You know, I can't just sit back and watch things happen. You know, I understand if I need to be punished, fine, but let me fight back, because otherwise I feel like I'm useless, I'm worthless, like a dead weight, you know. And they said, okay, but in order to do that, you know, then you need to experience death without dying over and over and over again. The pain, you know, in order to live long enough to not have multiple lives, in order to live long enough to be served the entire threefold, it's going to be the most painful life you've ever had. And I said, I don't fucking care. I just want to some way make this right. I felt really bad about what I'd done, and I just wanted to make it right. In the warrior in me just couldn't sit back and watch, you know. So they said, okay, at the end of your threefold, you have a chance to be to fully mend and truly be a protector again. And basically they talked about shape-shifting, things like that. And they said, well, just know that at the end of that threefold, you're going to come out of that not knowing your strength, not knowing who you are. And because of that, it's a big possibility that you'll just fail. You won't be able to do this. You know, you'll be too lost. Your spirit will be too wounded and lost. And I said, well, there's a chance though, right? And they said, well, yeah, but there's the possibility that you'll fail is a lot more than that you succeed. And they also said that, you know, actually that's 100% up to you. You know, just because it's a greater possibility you'll fail, if you choose to succeed, you'll succeed. You know, it's totally up to you. And I said, with that in mind, I said, okay, well, I don't believe you. I'm not gonna, you know, I know my strength. That's always been the biggest part of me, you know, that, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna forget that, you know. And I said, well, you will. And I didn't believe it then, and I did. And, you know, I'm still to this day trying to mend my spirit. And I can't shapeshift until that's fully mended. But I gotten a lot further in the process. And I'm almost at the point, I think, where I can shapeshift, but I've got a lot of stuff to do before I can actually do that fully instead of just partially. They made it very clear to me that it was my spirit guides made it very clear to me that it was my choice, it was my decision. The center of the universe made that very clear to me, that it was 100% possible. I had to decide. And if you look at it that way, the percentage of failing or not failing doesn't matter, because it's your choice. Yeah, it would have been better if I could have done it 3 years ago, but now it's a much different feeling. And the Ravens called it out today, again, a reminder. It's no longer, yeah, it'd be better if you could do it, you know, no. It's like, this is the last time, this is the last chance. I can't wait another year. It's now or never.